Meet Ashwind, an undertaker and faithful servant of the Dark Forest, gone rogue. Ashwind is the 5th member of the New Moon cast, played by Colin.
I'm gonna unzip my pack and take out a few dead rats to bring to life.
Oh, not this
He's gonna
again.
do his thing.
Ashwind was once the villain, a cat necromancer who raids the dead and had a paw in the beginning of the apocalypse, all for his lover, Bramblestar. No affiliation. With their basically Harley Quinn and Joker-like relationship, Ashwind hardly felt the love from his boyfriend, but in some twisted way, adored his evil. Perhaps thanks to some head trauma. Welcome to Design with Danny. Short and easy videos about why I designed the characters the way I did. I've been sort of overwhelmed with the workload of this channel, so hopefully a more laid-back video will do me some good. This being that. So Ashwind, what inspired his design? Well, first of all, Ashwind isn't my SC, he's Colin's. And apparently Colin has an interest in playing evil old men. I don't know, apparently this is pretty regular for him.
Okay, so my thoughts behind creating Ashwind was, evil homeless man that would curse you.
Either way, the things Colin made clear the first time we ever discussed Ashwind was, he's evil, old, and weak. No, seriously, I think Ashwind has nothing in his strength score. Colin also made this pick crew of Ashy Boy. Bing! Shout out to Fella Days, I'd be dead without you. Anyways, every one of my players used pick crew to make a token for their characters, and that's what we use in Roll20 on the game board. This gave me a good starting place for Ashwind. It got me to know his colors and his overall vibe. So I got to work doodling. At work. These sketches show I had a pretty strong grasp of how I wanted Ashwind to look. His design hasn't changed much all since his final iteration, the one that shows up in the videos. I think this first image captures the menacing evil energy I'd initially thought he'd have, as I wasn't all that certain how Colin would play Ashy. Strong soul vibes here in this photo, with the eclipse hanging overhead. The second image captures him a little bit better. He's got that smirk, a devious little smirk. Now, this'll turn out to be more in character for him.
The nap did me such wonders. When anything happened while I was gone, I almost feel lighter, like a weight has been lifted from me.
Oh yeah, didn't we throw all of his shit off?
Yes.
Rats!
Wait, where are my corpses? You can't get rid of my corpses. Now I'm defenseless. Sort of. What the fuck?
The first digital drawing I made of him, I gave a shot at his colors, keeping him with a pretty simple coat. White, grey ears, grey feet, and his muzzle's grey too. I made his colors these cold steel blues, and I found I like shading his fur with an icy blue. He's completely white otherwise. I'm sure if you're an artist, or you just like art content, you've been told to never make something just grey or black. That was my intent with using the bluish hues on him. I think they can also feel kind of clean, refined, or perhaps even like industrial. In his talk sprite, you can see I heightened the saturation on his scars and peg leg. I think I just wanted them to be a bit more striking, while also complementing his lovely orange eye. That grayish-purple eye is to convey that he's blind in that one, due to the scar over his eye. And while it's the only instance of purple on his body, I think it works out quite nicely. Also, purple and yellow go well together, and I think that further complements his orangey eye, which, let's take a closer look, isn't just an orange eye, but deep red and gold. Yummy. I think giving a character a lot of scars is usually meant to convey that a character is evil, but I think we should stop associating disability with evilness, or scars with ugliness. So, really, I feel like it's more like conveying that he is a veteran of sorts. I feel like a lot of warrior characters tend to have, or should have, a lot of scars on them, especially if they're elders or older, because especially if they were in a situation where they're put through a lot of war, they are gonna have the trophies to show it. I mean, it's a very brutal world out there. Have you ever read the books? They rip each other to shreds. It also shows the brutality that happened to his leg. Fun fact, Darkstar did that to him. And they're like, kinda chill now. Kinda. His facial expression and body language is entirely based off of Colin's vocal performance. It always sounds like Colin is smiling when he does Ashwind, so I tried to convey that every time Ashwind speaks. He is rarely very serious, and especially when he revels in his evil, that man is laughing. I found he was less of a conniving soul character and more of a mad scientist.
Ashwin's gonna look down and he's going to point his fresh, new, really cool leg at him, and he's going to say, "My creation! Oh!"
To show his age, he has these tufts of white hair on his muzzle, much like a salt and peppery beard. I think it gives off the appearance of a 5 o'clock shadow. Kinda makes him feel washed up compared to his more skinny, refined nature. The fun little decor on Ashwind's tail were just pretty details I thought up when I was first designing him. No real strong reasoning aside from aesthetics. Again, a copper color to complement the warm tones decorating him. They all really stand out against his cool colored pelt. Perhaps if we want to read into why the curtains are blue, the warm tones contrasting the cool kind of reflect how Ashwind may seem like a cold, calculated, villainous old man, but he's kinda on his redemption arc. I mean, hell, after all the crazy shit he pulled, he somehow gained everyone's trust. And that's because he's not trying to trick anyone.
At first, my goal was to take control of Fern Clan yet again, but Bramblestar is gone too far. What's dead needs to stay dead. Me and him are agents of a war long past. We are relics, and there's no room for us anymore, so I'm gonna make sure that we aren't a part of it any longer.
While making art for the new moon opening, I made a drawing of him in Bramblestar where they share these similar tail decorations. In this moment, I kinda gave it some lore, just quietly, in my own head. I figured, on one hand, it could be kind of like a romantic representation of their relationship and dedication to each other. On the other, it could be kinda like war medals. So that's Ashwind, our despicable, silly old man. Is he your favorite character? Whose design do you want me to talk about next? And what's your thought process while making OCs? While this wasn't a very long video, Ashwind's design is pretty simple. If there's anything I would like to change or update about him, honestly, I kinda wish that I had kept this little, scar over the star on his head in his original pick crew. I think I had meant to do so, but kinda played a game of telephone with myself with this Ashwind design here. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you have a good time. And I hope you run along now and draw your own silly little characters.